Good morning, world. It's your girl, Dominique Spinelli, and I am going to lay this news down. I just came from a HEED meeting in Weakley County, and now I've got to kind of buckle down to get these 11 o'clocks going. And why is my mic not? There we go. Much better. You want to check my outfit? I feel like a brat doll. It's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. And I got on the thermal tights. So they have like a fuzz lining inside, like a fleece lining. Phenomenal. And then I got my stomping on neck boots. I used to call them Rico Nasty boots. That's how long I had these boots, but they're just so me. I cannot bring myself to throw these boots away. And I don't really need to. I'm pretty sure are they guests? I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm in love with them. That's all that matters. All right, let me lay this news down, and then maybe I'll tell you guys more about my life. Okay. All right, let us begin. This first one's going to be a little wonky because he changed so much that I have on here. It's hard to read his handwriting, but I'm going to get her done. The city of Martin will host their first formal board meeting of the year tonight at the Martin Police Department building. The agenda includes an addition of Alderman Jacob Crow to the Finance Committee, an opportunity for the board to approve the transporting of electrical lines for the Hunter Drive project, as well as placing holds on 2 other grant projects for the city. A proclamation recognizing the Westview soccer team and the Westview Charger football team for bringing home 2 state championships this past fall will also take place. The meeting will begin tonight at 5:15. All right, next. Tennessee lawmakers will return to the state capitol in Nashville tomorrow. The gavel will fall as the 114th General Assembly reconvenes for the second half of the legislative session. 76th District State Representative Tandy Darby talked with Thunderbolt News about the return to session.
For Tennessee,
Somebody was playing with my sound. Now I gotta start over. Boy, somebody was playing with this thing. Something is wrong. Hold on.
good ideas here. How we.
That's this one.
That's one of the hot button topics that I'm definitely looking forward to and hoping to be a voice of reason on some of this.
Daily.
Okay. Because I don't have to, I'm not making time to play with this. Let me see.
This cannot be legal. Hiring America's largest injury law firm for your injury. That's also.
All right, Lord. Give me. I hate when people play with the board. Good morning. Good morning. I hate when people play with this board. All right, let's run that sound back.
Well, it's always, how do we keep making life better and easier for Tennessee? How can we make West Tennessee safer, the state of Tennessee safer? Education will be the priorities, as it always is. One of the things that I'm anxious to talk about is our rural health care. And I know it's a hot button topic, but we can't keep trending in the direction that we're going where these rural counties are losing hospitals, losing medical care. And so, I'm anxious to hear some good ideas here at how we can curb that. So that's one of the hot button topics that I'm definitely looking forward to and hoping to be a voice of reason on some of this.
With President Trump beginning his second year in the office, Representative Tandy Darby was asked about the effects of the budget work for lawmakers.
Certainty, it's the hold back for everything. Businesses can make decisions. People can make decisions when they know which way everything is trending. You know, right now we're trying to still figure out exactly what the tariffs are going to do. And I think the big picture, we're scheduled for a bright days ahead of us, but it's going to take some tough times to get to that point. And, you know, man, I hear it from our farmers, and I've got a farming background, and I know that it's been tough on the farmers. The margins are just not there, and there's no silver lining. You look at it on paper, the input costs are still as high as they ever were, and there's no relief with what the prices that they're paying for grain. And it's a domino effect. When our farmers are not doing good, we all feel it. And so I hope that there's a magic wand that somebody's got that we can get things going. And I know most of that comes from the federal level. I talk to Kustoff quite frequently, and ag is pretty much our top
morning,
priority
Misty.
of what
Thank
we've
you.
been talking
Because
about.
I definitely had an
for the last
attitude
few
8 seconds
months.
ago.
And that's the backbone of where we are.
Somebody was playing with the soundboard over the weekend. Darby said the betterment of state residents was his goal at each session.
Every Thursday afternoon, hey, what did I do this week that I can go home and look these people in the eye and say, hey, I did my best this week. This is what I've done. And so that's every week. And then, but you get that conclusion there when you do look at the rearview mirror and you see Nashville, hopefully for the last time, for you get to come home and be with your family here for an extended amount of time. In a nutshell, what did we accomplish? And, you know, it's hard to get that warm, fuzzy feeling. I can go back and retract every year that last day. And so far, I felt pretty good with myself. Hey, there's always some boats there that you wish you could go back and redo. But my thoughts coming home, and it always revolves around, hey, did I do a good job? Did I do what I came to say that I was going to do?
Okay. Time to recalibrate. Everything is straight now. We're good. The TBI reports a man accused of stealing a park ranger's vehicle was shot and killed Friday by a state ranger after allegedly driving at law enforcement in Natchez Trace State Park near the Shiloh Trail. 26-year-old David Condor tried to drive a second stolen state vehicle toward law enforcement when opened fire at the state vehicle, striking Condor. Condor died at the scene. The TBI said no law enforcement officers were injured in the incident. The TBI is investigating at the request of 26th Judicial District Attorney General Jody Pickens to independent... I didn't like the way that was sounding anyway. Hold up. And I think I'm missing a word. Condor died at the scene. The TBI said no law enforcement officers were injured in the incident. The TBI is investigating at the request of 26th Judicial District Attorney General Jody Pickens to independently determine what led up to the shooting. An elementary school teacher in Decatur County is facing a criminal charge of rape of a child. PE teacher Alan Maxwell, who is a teacher at Decaturville Elementary School, was arrested at his home in Parsons Friday. The Decatur County Sheriff's Office said no other details have been released. Somebody was really in here playing over the weekend, having a good old time. Somebody was having a good old time touching stuff. And that's fine, but just put it back, please. Set your girl up for success, not failure. Dolly Parton has announced she won't be attending a special show in her honor celebrating her 80th birthday at the Grand Ole Opry. The January 17th program, Opry Goes Dolly, will present a special birthday for her, which will highlight songs from her 1980s era and other classics from her catalog. Miss Parton will be turning 80 January 19th. She said on social media that she would not be in attendance, adding that she would be sending everyone her love. Dolly Parton said sorry y'all, I'm distracted. The sheriff, Terry McDade, just walked in the studio. I love Terry McDade, okay? Close to my heart. He just walked in the studio. I wonder what he's doing. I'm not nosy, but certain people, they walk in, I'm like, ooh, what you doing? What you doing? Let me see. Dolly Parton had said late last year that she was going to reel back regarding events. That is what she said. And that was like a few months. That was only like 2 or 3 months ago. She said that in like November. So it's like, who are you throwing this event for? And her husband passed away like a year ago. Like, she going through something. Children in the area are reminded of the opportunity to visit. Children in the area are reminded of the opportunity to visit Discovery Park of America at no charge this month. Those 17 years of age and under are being given the opportunity to explore the Union City facility thanks to the generosity of Magnolia Pace Assisted Living. Discovery Park officials say teachers and school staff will also receive free admission on field trips. Discovery Park is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 until 4 and Sundays from 11 until 4. Okay. Union City Council members were informed of a new garbage provider for the city. During the latest council meeting, City Manager Johnny McTurner explained the changeover from Platform Waste Solutions.
This company, United Disposal Partners, is coming in, is going to buy platforms. So that contract is going to be just the same. There's no null and void. They're trying to keep the same employees if they can. And we are going step by step with the contract that we passed, looks like February 6, 2024.
McTurner also informed board members of an opportunity to expand the city waste contract with Unified Disposal Partner Holding, LLC.
Also had an offer to extend it 5 more years, June 20th, 2034, with the same agreement, same contract. Max 3% increase, every capped at 3%. What they do, they go with the CPI. The CPI is 2%. The increase, the garbage pickup increase will be 2%. If the CPI is 8%, 9%, it'll still just be 3%. That's the cap. If wherever they're dropping the garbage and waste off increases, they eat the cost. If diesel fuel goes up 4 times the price, they eat the cost. They keep the price the same, 3% every year max increase. In my opinion, what this does, it gives us, we know exactly what we're going to be paying for waste pickup for the next pretty much 9 years. So it gives us a long outlook on what we need to be charging, what we could be doing for a long amount of time instead of these 2 and 3 year contracts. I feel like this is the best way to go, to take this agreement and move forward with it.
Following the city manager's information, council members voted unanimously to the expanded garbage collection contract. All right, I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna do all my cuts and then I'll record the rest of these. But my 31150's gotta go up. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency will stock several local lakes and ponds with rainbow trout this Wednesday. Locations include Martin City Pond, Union City Reelfoot Packing Site, McKenzie City Park, Milan City Pond, Paris City Park, and Beach Lake. The stock trout will average around 10 inches and anglers will have a daily creel limit of 7. A trout license is needed in addition to a fishing license. A full list of locations and stocking dates can be found on the TWRA's website. All right, so that's good. So what I'm going to do is I got to cut this up into 3 separate broadcasts, which is totally fine. But I got to get these done first. Hi, Mr. Terry. Did you get a haircut? You got a haircut? Looking good, Mr. Terry. I don't know if he can hear me through this glass. I don't think he knows I'm on Facebook, but he'll be all right. Good morning.
The girl that cuts my hair always tells me she's been cutting my hair for like 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing she asked me, she said, "Did you come on your own, or did your wife tell you to get down here?" Ask me that every time I come in. 'Cause I usually wait way too long, you know.
Yeah, it looks good though. You're glowing.
Glowing, you got I got white hair.
Love
Solid
it.
white.
Love it.
Yeah. If it's a sign of wisdom, I must be pretty smart.
I know that's right, Mr. Mayor. Okay, y'all, so let's see how long this is. This is 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Yeah, my coworker Terry is the mayor of Union City. And he's always got a story. I love talking to Terry because he just keep it real. And he loves Charlemagne the God, which is just the funniest thing because I, too, love Charlemagne the God. Like... see. Okay, cut it. All right, so this one, it's 8 seconds over, and I'll be fine. It's just these quick cuts I gotta do. Mix 1013 News is a service of West Hand Insurance and Vowell & Sons Lumber Company in Martin. Okay. He's probably like, girl, why you didn't put up those 1150s yet? But I just got here. Like, just, y'all. The meeting went long, but it was a really good meeting. This is Mix 1013 News. It was a really good meeting. It was a HEED meeting, finances and all of that. And the county is talking about opening a daycare. Fantastic news, guys. Fantastic news. And I don't have children, but that's, praise God, but that's fantastic news. The first people that will get have the chance to have their children in there will be the teachers, which will keep more students in our more teachers in our county. That's all really good news. Like, it's a hot news day around here, which is also why I gotta get this done and get right to what I gotta get to. It's a hot news day around here. Also, one of the men on the HEED board passed away this morning, so that put a damper on it. All of this is news, okay? That's 2 stories right there. Respectfully, though, he passed away, and yeah. So that just, you could feel it in people's energy this morning. You could, but it had to, and what was ironic is the man who passed away, God bless him, God rest him, the man that passed away actually was one of the main people on the board for the daycare that they just proposed today. Oh, this is not long enough. So it's very sad. It's quite sad. But all that to say, I'm sure they'll name like one of the rooms after him or something, because he did have a hand in this. And yeah, shout out to him. And it's something the county really needs. How did this end up being 5 minutes? It's not gonna work. No, that's not work. In my own life, I guess I have things to talk about. I guess. Life is lifing. It's good though. Amen. It's good though. Let me tell you, I got on my vibration plate for the first time in a while this morning, and I have never been so uncomfortable on that thing. I said, I am not walking as much as I should anymore, and my body knows it, because it felt like pins and needles. I was itching, and that's just all blood flow. So it's terrible. Okay, let's cut the rest of this. Come on. Come on. That's fine. For more news, weather, and sports, go to WCMT.com. Follow us on X at Thunderbolt Info and download our Thunderbolt Radio app. This news has been a service of West Hand Insurance and Bowell & Sons Lumber Company in Martin. I'm Dominique Spinelli. Okay. Hold on. It was a quick cut, but it sounds fine. We gotta get these uploaded. All right, last one. Last one. This one has to be 2.5 minutes, so let me see. Anything that says tomorrow, I'm not gonna be able to use. Let me see. Okay, that I didn't like the way that recording went, so let's pick this one here. It's 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes too long. Okay, let's delete this one. Nice. Good job. Okay, generate silence. All right, let's do it. Star 95.1 News is a service of Joe Mahan Ford in Paris. Nice. Two minutes and 13 seconds. Okay. I have to record this one slow. For more news, weather, and sports, go to star951.com. Follow us on X at Thunderbolt Info and download our Thunderbolt Radio app. This news has been a service of Joe Mahan Ford in Paris. I'm Dominique Spinelli. Oh, 2:30 on the head. Good job. Alrighty. Literally on the head. All right, let's upload these so I can get back to the rest of the day. I hope I've got the volume up loud enough. Let's see. I need to find out when that meeting is. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Priorities. This one. Okay. My back, man, my lower back. I need to stand up. Oh. And this one too, and save. All right, so those are done. Thank you, God. So I made that right on time. And they have uploaded smoothly. Also, I'll come back to that. All right, let's finish reading. Let us finish reading. Okay. All right, now I can breathe. It was like I was holding my breath because I had to go so fast. Okay, now we're back in the regular flow. Okay. The McCracken County Sheriff's Office has announced a 13% reduction in overall reported crime for 2025. Sheriff Ryan Norman said the Sheriff's Office did not investigate any murders in the county last year, with the most common crimes being assaults, thefts, and legal drug trafficking. Deputies investigated 868 collisions during the year, with 204 involving an injury ranging from very minor to severe. Sheriff's reports showed fatal collisions reduced from 11 in 2024 to 6 in 2025. The McCracken County Sheriff's Office participates in the National Incident-Based Reporting System, which is a standard system overseen by the FBI. Crimes are categorized as Part 1 or Part 2, with Part 1 containing more serious crimes. In 2025, the Sheriff's Office, I didn't like the way that sounded. In 2025, the Sheriff's Office had reductions of 21.9% for Part 1 crimes and 9.6% for Part 2 crimes. Nice. Okay. And this is my story. The third annual sports card show benefiting Upper West Tennessee Special Olympics will be Saturday, January 24th at the Martin Public Library. From 8 to 2, a sold-out room of vendors will be set up displaying sports cards and other collectibles. Upper West Tennessee Special Olympics Area Director Clinton Smith tells Thunderbolt News more about the day.
Our third year. Last year we raised $3,300, which is great. Hope to raise a little bit more this year. But we'll be giving away some Ty Simpson autographs on his football cards that we have. Ty has graciously signed those for us, and he will be giving away 10 or 15 of those. Just come out and you know, if you collect sports cards, if you used to collect sports cards, and maybe you got some at home, you don't know what they're worth, bring them on up and let's look at them, and we can tell you what they're worth, and we can sell you some sport cards. You can, you want to come trade with somebody, I'm sure they'll trade with you. Come on in, bring your kids, bring your family. Come on, let's have a good day. And we'll have a silent auction, also some door prizes there as well.
Funds raised from the sports card show will benefit over 400 athletes in Special Olympics activities in Lake, Obion, Weakley, Henry, and Carroll counties. Mr. Smith tells us about athletes impacted by the sports card show. Delete it. Nice. Run it.
MVPs. All of our guys are MVPs. Everybody's the MVP with us. But locally we have Garrett Denning. Garrett's one that has gone to USA Games before 4 years ago now. So he's very involved. Carson from Huntington, who also was very involved as well. All of them are MVPs.
Okay, cool. Bye, Miss Cindy. Okay. I may want to do this first one again, just so that I don't have to. I'm not doing that one again. Or this one. Was it the Mick Turner or the Derby? I think it was the Derby. I may have to run those back. It's fine. Come on. Union City High School has maintained a lofty... Union City High School has maintained its lofty ranking with the statewide ACT testing. School Communications Director Mike Hutchins said students combined to average a 21.5 score last year. The score earned a ranking of 7th in the state and among the top 5% of more than 125 Tennessee school districts. The composite test score continued a trend of the last several years. I don't like the way I said it. The composite test score continued a trend of the last several years that has seen Union City schools atop the list of rural West Tennessee schools and ahead of most all much larger districts. The data released by the Tennessee Department of Education noted a rise from last year's 21.3 score for Union City students. This year, Union City trailed only Williamson County, Germantown, Collierville, Arlington, Maryville, and Oak Ridge. Dyer County was tied with Union City for 7th. The U.S. experiences the most candle fires in the month of January. According to the National Fire Protection Association, from 2020 to 2024, U.S. fire departments responded to an estimated 835 home structure fires that began with decorations, resulting in 3 deaths, 29 injuries, and $18 million in property damage. 47% of fires occurred because decorations were too close to a heat source, such as a candle or other heat-producing equipment. I had a soundbite there. I don't know what happened, but it's okay. All right. Tennessee lawmakers will return to the state capitol in Nashville on Tuesday. The gavel will fall as the 114th General Assembly reconvenes for the second half of the legislative season. The gavel will fall as the 114th General Assembly reconvenes for the second half of the legislation. I'm not doing this. Guess what? I'm not doing it. Straight like that. Let me see if I can live without it, and then if I can't, then I'll do it. I had already recorded it. That's the good news. I just wanted to do it perfectly, but maybe that's your problem, Dom. All right, let's get her done. So here we've got 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Copy to new. Generate silence. Let's do it. Star 95.1 News is a service of Jerry Ward Autoplex in Union City. For more news, weather, and sports, go to star951.com. Follow us on X at Thunderbolt Info and download our Thunderbolt Radio app. This news has been a service of Jerry Ward Autoplex in Union City. I'm Dominique Spinelli. On Friday, I went to the VA pretty much out here. And I just wanted to ask some questions in the office because I was already in there. I had to pay my property taxes, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in there and I talked to the guy and, you could tell he kind of just wanted to go home. But nice dude, nice man. So I'm talking to him and I'm like, yes.